Welcome to Regal Nigeria Limited, where we give you information about some agricultural crops. Today we shall talk about the pros and cons of genetically modified crops. Introduction. Genetically modified crops are plants used in agriculture. The genetic material DNA has been modified in a way that does not occur naturally using genetic engineering methods. The aim is to introduce a new trait to the plant which does not occur naturally in the species. Resistance to certain pests, diseases, environmental conditions, reduction of spoilage, resistance to chemical treatments, resistance to herbicides, or improving the nutrient profile of the crop, production of pharmaceuticals agents, biofuels, and other industrially useful goods, as well as for bioremediation. How to create a genetically modified crops. Firstly, you identify the desired trait and find a plant with that trait. For example, scientists were looking to make soybean more insect resistant. They identify a gene in a soy bacterium, Bt, that naturally produces an insecticide commonly used in organic agriculture. They copied the specific gene for the desired trait. Insert the specific gene into the DNA of the plant you want to change. In the above example, the insecticide gene from Bt was inserted into soybean. Grow the new plant and perform tests for safety and the desired trait. Pros of genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops have been proven safe through testing and use, and can even increase the safety of common foods. Over 2,000 global studies have affirmed the safety of GM crops. A single health risk associated with GM consumption has not been discovered in over 30 years of lab testing and over 15 years of field research. Most food you buy in a mall or store for consumption by humans is genetically modified food. GM crops can even be engineered to reduce naturally allergens and toxins, making them safer and healthier. Many genetic modified crops have been altered to be less vulnerable to insects and other pests. The use of fewer pesticides in crops may lead to fewer health risks for people eating them and less damage to the environment. GM crops are bred to grow efficiently. This means that farmers can produce the same amount of food using less land, less water, and fewer pesticides than conventional crops. Because they can save on resources, food producers can also charge lower price for GM foods. GM crops are designed to provide more nutrients like vitamins or minerals. For example, 2 times as much folate, 6 times as much vitamin C, and 169 times more beta-carotene than traditional crops. They also have a long-lasting life with the aim of limiting wastage of foods. This can be done by creating stronger colors, eliminating seeds, or having the plant get more adjusting to harsh climatic changes. They are easier to cultivate and can also be manipulated to grow in specific and problematic surroundings. GM crops protect crops from extinction as a lot of food people consume nowadays are products of a sole original source. Not having genetic disparities puts the crop at risk should a virus or microorganisms be able to attack the fundamental genetic makeup of the crop. Cons of genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops have not been proven safe for human consumption, even though there haven't been any long-term clinical trials on humans to determine whether genetically modified foods are safe. According to the Center for Food Safety, a US-based non-profit organization, each genetic insertion creates the added possibility that formerly non-toxic elements in the food could become toxic. The group says that resistance to antibiotics, cancer, and suppressed immune functions are among potential risks of genetic modification using viral DNA. Three major health risks potentially associated with genetically modified crops are toxicity, allergenicity, and genetic hazards. This concern is based on the fact that this genetic modified process could disrupt a plant's genetic integrity with the potential to activate toxin or change metabolic toxin levels in a ripple effect beyond detection.